Hello guys, this is First Aid from the Malboro server, ripping that GG tag, the FC greater good. This video I'm running Scholar. Every clear after this previous patch of, I believe it's 3.05 or something like that, I am running Astrologian. The changes definitely made it a viable healer, and it's a lot of fun. Anyways, with this video, I will definitely just be doing highlights, just going over a few things that would be important, maybe talking a bit too much. You know, if you don't want to hear me, just turn it down, I guess. I don't know why you're watching if you don't want to hear me. But here, we'll kind of give you some pointers, just to really freshen up a perspective. Maybe you're stuck at a certain point, maybe some of the things I say will definitely push your raid group over the edge. On this clear video, you'll see me in Cleric a lot. I am definitely DPSing this first phase, this first few waves here. Second phase, we don't use the Gobwalker to stun. That being said, it's key because we use the energy in different ways. Yuki's making a video, kind of a tutorial, so I'm really not going to go into the Gobwalker too much. Before the end of this video, you'll know a little bit about it. So we just DPS the second wave. Third wave is when we use the stun. The second and fourth waves are when I use Eos's ability. They kind of line up. Eos's regen ability will make it easier for the white mage, who is solo healing basically, to be able to heal. I would love to put my Astrologian video up, but I'll just wait for another time. Anyways, yeah, maximize your DPS these two. The fourth wave, which is coming up, you want to kind of time your DPS. What I mean by that is you don't want to kill the last... You want to be able to DPS them very, very well to be able to push the next phase almost immediately when the second bomb happens, but you don't want to push the phase before the second bomb comes out. What will happen is, and we've done this several times, is we'll have a bomb after bomb after bomb come out when we don't really want it to at all. So as you see, the DPS is going, and then we'll stop with the last ad right before that bomb will come. Next phase coming up, we're going to have this strategy where one tank will take both of the widows. We really want to do this because it'll bait the preys out. How the prey mechanic goes, and correct me if I'm wrong, anyone, is when it's cast on you, whatever your HP that you have depleted will actually be done as damage to you at the very end of the casts, or at the very end of the timer, I should say. Meaning, example, if you have 12k HP and you're sitting at 6k when the prey is cast, at the end of that timer it's going to do 6k to you. So key is just keeping the person topped off. Now, if only one tank has to stay topped off the entire time, you'll see I'm just using Eos abilities, throwing an Adlo here there, but I'm DPSing most of this phase as well. Now, another key is, and we've learned this the hard way, is you don't want to blow all, if you're DPS, you don't want to blow all your cooldowns until you see the spiders at 5 stacks. That's where you're maximizing that DPS there. I mean, it's common sense, but we didn't think about it, honestly. I mean, I didn't. So you want to use all your abilities and everything when you see them at 5 stacks. Now, we have the Gobwalker at about 50% before the tank and everybody goes off and starts killing the Hard Helm, the Gobwalker, and then they'll move back. It's very interesting how you have to kill those, you know, first. It's all about prioritizing the DPS. It's all about focusing the energy, really. So the tank will kind of be telling the raid on TeamSpeak when to switch over to the spider, when to do that damage, and so on and so forth. So, and just a caveat, this is a kind of do as I say versus do as I do type of video, because I'm a risky kind of healer, I'm a risky player, and sometimes people don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear you have to DPS as a healer. But on these earlier stages of Savage, until you get your DPS get geared, you're gonna have to throw out as much as you can. You're gonna have to. But anyways, so this next phase, I just prep our tank. As you see, I got a crit adlo there, and then I let them go. I only switch into cleric at this point because they have that 5k crit adlo, and I do throw in dots. I wouldn't do this at the beginning, honestly, because as you see, he's already, you know, nearing a half after I apply all the dots and everything. So the key when you want to DPS is when they are throwing those AoEs. That's when you can weave in a few dots there. So this phase, why they're numbered is because that's the stack order for when Yuki is placing the vulnerability stacks. And as you see, he's very good at keeping that energy. This is the 4 Jagged Doll phase, and he hasn't used what we affectionately call the Allah Akbar. And it's called the Self-Destruct, but our raid team definitely calls it Allah Akbar, and we're not the most politically correct raid team, but it's funny as hell. It's funny as hell when he yells in TeamSpeak, Allah Akbar, or he just says Allah Akbar, and we're like, alright, everyone knows what that means. But you see he's applying stacks here. The tank, you see all these ads, the Yuki is going to go ahead and stun the Gobwalker over where Nav just went to. I'm going to be on the left side of my screen there. And then he stuns that set of snipers and everybody over to the right there. Davik grabs the hard helm, and DPS just kill it as it stays up there with Davik. That being said, it's pretty imperative to kill that fast as you can. Davik's going to go over to the one Nav has because now it's done being stunned. Then this group on my left side is now going to be done being stunned as well. So Vina's going to be taking extra damage. And this is where I do drop back into cleric and help DPS, because Davik's going to be grabbing the other ads off of her, so we can focus on killing the Jagged Dolls, label 3 and 4. This last phase is imperative because just like wave 5, you had the 2 spiders. Now, a key here is those soldiers that you get, you do not want to bring them close to the widows, because without them being close, they will not get their debuff or buff, I guess, which makes them blow up and explode on death if they're by a spider. So you'll see this tank, the main tank will grab 2 spiders, and the off tank will grab everything else. This strategy is actually really imperative because it'll keep heals focused, and you'll save more mana than if you had one tank grabbing half of the guys and grabbing a widow. Just didn't work out for us. This did, and the kill order is you want to kill the Gobwalker first because it gives the vulnerability stacks. Then you want to kill the soldiers. And then after the soldiers are dead, then you bring everything together, Mage LB, and just hammer them all down. This was very important because this is where a lot of time goes out. And I mean, the timer of this video is 9.5 minutes right now, but the enrage is 10.5 minutes. So we do kill it within the time frame, designated, but without that extra healer DPS, I don't see how. I really don't. Without everyone pushing as hard as they can, I don't see how. It's crazy. So like I said, this is a do as I say, not as I do. Davik gets very low, and if Nova's watching this, he would definitely be having some words with me, but we cleared, so I guess that speaks for itself. But before this video ends, I want to give a shout out to Temperance, Melanie or Sam, Navron, Yuki, Leo or Nova, Alvina and Davik for being a great raid team, working together, sticking through it, and finally clearing. Much love, and just appreciate everyone for watching. We are, again, the greater good of Malboro. More videos to come pretty soon, and if you liked what you saw, like, favorite, subscribe, and enjoy.